Clive Barker Podcast, audio commentaries.
Thanks to your generous donations to our Kickstarter funding campaign, Clive Barker Podcast presents Fundraising Inferno 5.
Okay, welcome to this commentary track for Barn of the Blood Llama. And in case you don't know what this movie is, I don't blame you because it's a really weird movie from 1993, I think. And, well, I guess you'll find out throughout the commentary how weird this movie is. So we're joined here today by a bunch of friends who came over for the event. We got Joe, say hi.
Hi, I'm back behind the camera.
And Catalina.
Hello.
And introduce yourself. Christal.
And Kim.
And Anna.
Oh, Anna's outside with Katy.
I don't blame her because this movie's not going to be that good. So, all right, Ryan, you're here with me along with
Rob, how y'all?
Hey. Here's Anna and Katy.
All right.
Go hop on the couch, guys.
So all three of us had tried to watch this all the way through to prepare, and none of us made it.
Failed miserably.
Wait, you're telling me this is worse than Batman and Robin?
It is much worse.
Oh,
I don't think
no.
I've seen that either.
Well, if you're familiar with trauma films, this is not a trauma film, but if you like those, you may like this. You may like this because this is. I think that there's a genre for this called Hickspoiltation.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's-
redneck zombies. That's
Yeah,
exploitation.
So here we go, Barn of the Blood Llama, and I hope you have the DVD. If you don't, you can buy it by snail mail from one of the producers, Gibby. He's going to be in the movie. He's the guy with the eye patch that keeps switching eyes throughout the entire
The
film.
one that has the 8 on it, like an 8-ball.
Yeah, like the 8-ball. So I bought this copy from him, and he also sells VHS copies of this. This is a 25th anniversary edition, and it's just a burned DVD with like someone wrote something on it with a Sharpie. So that's the 25th anniversary edition.
It's more personalized.
Yeah, that's right.
If you have lucky enough to have the 25th anniversary edition, just stick it on your player, and we're going to do a countdown, and you'll hit play and start the movie.
And you can't order it on the internet. You have to mail in the money to.
$16, I think. That's what I paid for it. So my sweet $16.
Here we go. Okay. But we've run short on Clive Barker movies to do commentaries on, so.
Can we all
This is a little
Can
bit
we
of a
all
stretch.
shout out a 5 countdown?
Yeah, for the 0 people that have this at home that are gonna.
And you got your finger on the play.
Yes, the finger on the plate.
All right, so
We're watching Blood.
All right, are you guys ready?
Ready.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Llama.
Oh, there's a second menu.
Oh, okay, wait. Another menu.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn off.
that's specific for
God help us all.
this one.
And maybe Gravy Film.
Yeah,
Directed-
that blew my eardrums out when I had that with headphones. That tone.
I wonder if it's white or dark gravy.
Here we go. Starts well in the barn.
Yeah, my notes for this, all it says is, what the hell am I watching?
Well, this is how most horror stories start. In the barn.
Yep. Starting a record by candle or by matchlight. I thought at first that was a sound effects record that was just playing rooster sound.
It's the Rooster Mix track.
Yeah.
And here's our first llama.
He obviously does not like the rooster record.
Is that the llama?
That is the llama, yes.
Okay, Skrillex.
This is already better than Batman and Robin.
I know. This is like some lynching stuff, dude.
This is like what happens when Tangrel goes to Mexico for the weekend.
Yep. Tijuana.
Tijuana some llama.
And it does mezcal.
Oh, I like that artistic choice of messing with the aspect ratio.
This is clearly inspired by Carpenter's The Thing opening right there.
That's kind of dope, actually. How'd he do that?
I don't know. Is it maybe they burn the film in slow motion?
I think that's old animation cells.
Looks like it's drawn on.
Wow, that was actually pretty cool.
Some pretty cool stylistic things done in this.
So Clive Barker describes the dreaded male berserker syndrome.
Imagine duality is back in phenomenon. One feminine, one male, one evil, one good. The cerebral, introverted versus physical, the Lafayette.
You know, I'm sure with the DVD sales, he could stand to spend the $30 to get the audio mastered.
I was thinking to get real latex gloves instead of those heinous like sandwich packing gloves.
And it seems to me that recording was made like 10 years before the movie, because that's like Weed World era Clive Barker.
It's not. I mean, there's a blog for this. It's Barn of the Blood Llama blogspot.com, and in it you have like who kidnapped Clive Barker for this cameo. And that says, Gibby did. He came to town to plug his comics and new book, and I was doing a live show, and I said to my co-producers of Cutting Edge Comics that they would not get the studio unless I had film of Clive to put him in my movie. So he did it, and Kevin came up with something for him to say, and he read them off the cues. It was very cool, although his behind-the-scenes agents or manager did not like the look of the camera or other stuff going on, I think. There you go.
Oh, man.
And you're never going to see Clive Barker in the movie again.
That's it. I mean, we've seen.
They're going to intercut a little more.
We've seen Clive Barker's name appear more times than we've seen Clive Barker show up.
Yeah.
Because they want that name.
Oh, the llama.
Why did they
Evil
just show
llama.
that there? Because
Demon llama.
That woman gets killed later on in the
That's a
movie.
Kingster llama.
That's a spoiler.
Yeah, that was a spoiler.
Uh-oh, let's get a good look.
Oh, this where it gets good?
Yeah. We're going to get it on. Woohoo!
This is my new favorite movie, Jose.
It's like two heroin addicts mud wrestling.
No, we have seen heroin addicts mud wrestling. It's not as hot as this.
I feel like there should be a chicken in there somewhere.
When my flight was delayed, I was trying to watch that in the gate with all these people around me, and I got so embarrassed I had to close the computer.
This just looks like a
oh God. Oh no.
They actually have a llama.
I don't think that llama can consent.
Wait.
Is that okay?
Jose, did you just say that was a real llama?
Well, not in that scene.
Oh.
But there was a real llama showing up in
Make
the movie.
t-shirts.
There's Gibby. He's one of the producers of the film.
Hey, that's who messaged you on Facebook and
Yeah.
Hashtag llama trauma.
threatened your life.
I'm doing it right now.
There aren't enough movies nowadays where people argue about who gets to use the wheelchair.
Help me! We gotta get into town for some wool rope.
And this is entirely dubbed.
Got out of my fucking wheelchair for this.
I wrote this line down because it's so much nonsense. Gotta get to town for some wool grow before the jump tackle closes.
What?
You know, everybody understands that, right?
Well, if you read their blog, there's a lot of weird stuff here too. I mean,
Where was this filmed?
this was filmed in Austin, Texas, I think.
I was about to say this whole movie is like just meth trip in Texas, like staycation.
Someone asked in this blog that they got, the producer said, what's the origins of the film? And he says, Rabbit Gecko's Bluff, and Wizard of Oz, and Faster Pussycat, Kill, Kill, and Kirko's weird sense of humor.
I don't see any of that in this.
Yeah, no, this is just meth heads in Austin, sorry.
Right.
We need cowboys and llamas and naked women.
I mean,
How can you go wrong though?
honestly, with the sound being this way, I mean, the way they shot this movie, they probably weren't capable of recording audio simultaneously.
I didn't realize that Bach spelled his name B-O-C-K.
Bach.
He's the rock star of this movie.
Oh yeah.
And she's gonna pick him up right now. Bach, like what a chicken would say.
Wow, you're fine. We still got your record on the jukebox down at the Crazy Squeeze. You're about the most famous person coming out of Texas.
She's got a white trash fez on.
Yeah.
She's always sitting up there. I don't remember seeing her.
They both work in a diner, and that's the horrible hats they have to wear.
I was wondering what the hats were.
It's like
Kind of like the
It's like a bacon fez.
Yeah, bacon fez.
And I hope
Okay, I was wondering what that was.
I hope you all enjoyed the color in that scene because there's almost no color in the whole
You
movie.
had that one hit, didn't you? That's right. Well, if you're from Texas, then where'd you get that English accent from?
Seattle?
Says everyone from Texas everywhere. Where did you get that accent from?
In the blog, there's an interview where someone asks, give me your most twisted memory of filming. And he says, there were too many, from having to produce 32 hours of live Waco fire tank going in the compound footage, live anti-government survivalist shows to get the llama head effects done. Whatever that means.
What? That's amazing.
Well, it looks like it's like a type of puppet, so...
Like, who's in charge of this?
Then to get the miniature barn built to 6 hours of rehire sound and background sounds and being chased down by North by Northwest biplanes in East Texas cotton fields.
That's a dope car.
That's a nice car.
Wonder who you stole that from.
I'm gonna start
Borrowed it from a car club. It's like what we do.
Like, this needs to be a dating, like, she just did it.
Well, I didn't have a cosplay for the weekend, now I know.
We're all gonna make bacon hats.
Everyone
I live
will know
15
exactly
minutes away,
what.
step into my closet.
They'll go, oh, part of the Blood Llama.
And then he says, to the photo shoot with some titless bimbos we chased down from a mama-son tit bar because they had the Maserati, and the girls would do that for the water body double afternoon. But no go from the daddy control bucks at the tit bar, too expensive, we'll pass.
Yeah, I bet he's also the writer for this movie.
Well, that looks like a typical night downtown.
How is a tit bar too expensive?
I don't know. That's you gotta be really cheap for
Hey,
that.
Trump. Oh, God, he looks like Trump. Let's go away.
Damn, they scored some footage of that llama running.
Yeah.
Llama's cute.
She's about.
The llama's great. It's like
Oh, we know. We saw.
she got that bouncy hair.
Okay.
And she killed the llama.
Okay,
No,
Team Urby.
What's the animal lover gonna do next?
In both sexes. Damn it, Bessie Sue.
So this guy's in love with his llama, I think. He was the guy having sex with a llama. And here's an answer to the question, why llamas? Well, they are the last animal or creature that is still controllable to make into a horror scorer, bursting, abusing, spewmeister, bleeding, choking creature feature that has not been used by any major filmmakers yet. Okay.
So basically, llamas are so adorable. Let's fuck with them.
Rural Ranch.
Okay.
Next to the world of Rural Ranch.
Or maybe he actually is a llama
This is
lover.
why we can't have nice things.
Exactly.
Like llamas.
Yeah, and then he goes on to say, Boone and I were thinking of a movie idea back in 1990 on the set of another movie, and we said, what are the 3 ingredients to making a good, no-budget, quickly flicky horror film? Those are barn in the title, blood in the title, and llamas in the title. Also, the second AD on that flick said we could shoot on his llama ranch. There we go. And he told us about the male berserk syndrome, and that was it. We had to make the movie.
And so they sought out to make the worst piece of crap ever? What else has this guy made?
So do you think alpacas are going to be the prequel or the sequel?
I would love to
I mean, are we doing alpacas before or after?
Right? You're like,
I have a few people I can ask about that, but I can't log into those without a special computer.
well, here's the producer of the movie. You wouldn't think of it to look at him, but there it is.
our business.
Oh, hi, Jimmy.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
That's where best friends down.
When's the duck coming back?
It's hard to say.
He was concerned that this was an official Texas Frightmare screening of Barn of the Blood Llama.
And he didn't want it screened?
I don't even know. He was just asking me when to double check, and I said that it was just a private screening that we had put together. And he said, okay, cool.
Why did he hit you up?
I have no idea. I guess I look like the least scary person.
Oh.
Look, it's me hanging out at Joe Catalina's house.
This guy kind of looks like, was it
I like their burger shack.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, is that where? Oh, okay, that's where the bacon hats come from.
Bach kind of looks like Rob Halford from Judas Priest.
What God?
Oh wait, it's like a cheeseburger hat.
Right.
Well, be here, She about to check those two up.
Yeah.
Me?
I guess those are the ones he called titless bimbos, I guess.
You know, oh no, they're similar. I'm sure her nipple is at least 8
It's not as nice
Drag
as.
all these people in to ADR their voices over the top of the movie.
us to be in his music video.
Not necessarily. It could be completely different voice actors.
No, like I said, I don't think he had the capability of recording audio while filming it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem.
Ooh, highway step.
That's why audio is all over the place and there's so much ADR.
Also, they probably weren't able to secure permission for everything, so they had to do it, guerrilla style, which means you're just like run in, run out.
Here, I'll skip the joke. That wool's not good for much now.
Oh, so here's where they take tow truck
You
ride.
breaker, you buy.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They ran over the llama.
The car, they're gonna tow the llama away.
I just can't imagine being stranded in the country in high-waist jeans. That does not look like a fun day.
You need AAA.
These insurance farms. You got
Baby powder and like olive oil. Look, she knows.
Yeah.
You call yourself an animal lover? You don't know the meaning of the word. Maybe you should get a bumper sticker that reads, practice random acts of violence and senseless cruelty.
Damn.
Yes, that's my favorite line now.
Yeah.
So is he going to drag the llama along?
Why not?
After reading her the riot act about how she doesn't take care of animals.
The guy with the suitcase, yeah.
He's telling her that?
Yeah.
He's got no business telling her that.
Well, he's an animal lover.
You know that patch game? That thing really works good. Hell, I'm already down to 2 packs a day.
I think that guy's a doctor who's going to switch the brain of that guy with the eye
Listen to
patch.
that. You know what that llama meant to me.
It was my
You
wife.
know what that llama meant to me.
Daylight's burning.
It's a really quotable movie.
Really? What?
It's a really quotable movie.
Oh.
Like, I can see myself with my friends being like, you know what that llama did to me?
You got on them shoulders.
What the
Hey,
hell?
Doc, is that llama supposed to twitch like that?
And so apparently, the guy who wrote this. Oh my God! Llama surfing!
Yes.
Keep surfing that llama. There we
Surfing
go.
that llama.
Right?
It's gonna get its own hashtag.
Hashtag keep surfing that llama.
I already did a hashtag llama trauma, and there were already 30 other people that had hashtagged that.
Oh my God.
Yes. Already, yes. Yes. It already had 30 tags. So I was like, wow, I will research that later.
I'm just gonna sit here and spew awkward hashtags for us to find. We don't click on it at the end of the day.
What maybe brought cash on this, and it seems?
Okay,
So wait, these people are like cooking in their underwear
Ooh.
Yeah.
in the middle of this, I'm assuming the summer, in Texas.
There's a lot of Botox on the one in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm not sure she can really smile.
Oh, so I think this is the jump tackle right here.
Stop here, Tony. At the jump tackle here, get some more growth for Paul.
Yep, he's getting some. He's trying to get some wool grow out of the jump tackle right now.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So he's
And he
getting
got a
like
chicken mask.
stuff out of the garbage.
Yes, that's the
Okay.
jump
That's the
tackle.
jump tackle.
Hashtag and he got a chicken mask.
Yeah.
The first thing I heard
Hashtag
about
jump
trauma, somebody actually got hurt by a horse and a llama and was talking about his hospital bills.
No.
Another thing the producer said is I have over 10 hours of the making of this film on videotape. 10 hours.
That's really bad luck.
Wow. And played it in the local access station. All right. Well, I wonder who saw that. I mean, nobody watches that.
There was a special feature, but it looked like a bunch of nothing, right? It was
Yeah.
like a countdown.
You're gonna love it.
It's souvenirs and stealing. You wanted it, didn't you?
Oh, chicken mask.
Yeah, of course.
He's still
Like
fishing.
shot chicken mask. We want it all the way to the neck.
So that guy spends all day in the bed of that truck just
In his
waving his
wheelchair.
fishing like
Yeah.
pole.
Casting his fishing rod.
What's really sad is that actually is something that could happen here in Texas, right? Would you be surprised if you saw that?
I would not be surprised.
Nope.
I was just
For
at
real.
Costco and I saw a comic book called Bible Force,
Yeah.
Superheroes from the Bible, and I was like, yeah, I'm in Texas.
Really?
Yeah,
Garage up yonder.
We're not all like that.
sure, yeah.
That in Seattle too. I saw that at the store.
The other thing that this guy that's driving the tow truck has crutches for no reason. Through the whole through the whole movie, yeah.
So here's a what kind of shooting schedule and budget were you working with? Well, we started the movie in July and shot about 80% of the movie that summer of '93. Then we went into weekends. I would suggest that you shoot the whole movie in 2 weeks and get your tit shots first, and don't wait for effects. No way, do not wait for the effects. If you have effects in your movie, do them first and figure out how you're going to do them and shoot them first. Actors are easy, effects are hard to come by.
Sounds like a trauma movie.
He says, basically put most of the film on my credit card, and I think that Kevin, who's the director, did too. Got some money and time of energy from Kelly. I don't know who Kelly is. We started out with $4K in credit card debt, but this doesn't count all the freebies that we got. No one got paid, and we did not have craft services. Borrowed everything and shot over the 4 years with the use of 3 llama ranches, 8 Super 8 cameras, and lots of panache. So, that's how you do it.
There you go.
I'm going to start saying that our stuff has lots of panache. Bloody infected dildo. Panache.
But that explains the sound. They shot on Super 8.
Yeah. And that explains all the color issues and the...
There's an explanation for that. This movie had 3 different DPs and 5 directors.
Okay.
And 8 Super 8 cameras, along with 2 16mm cameras loaded with retreads from another flick rolling everywhere.
Wow.
Coverage.
That's definitely
clusterfuck is not the word, but it's the first thing that comes to mind.
God, and they shot in July?
Yeah. So now every single character we've seen in the movie are all together in this llama funeral scene. We don't know why.
Paying you for a funeral.
Well, she ran over the llama.
Yeah.
That fake animal lover. How dare she?
But now all the people from the diner are here too.
Hashtag Will PETA slow down. The producer complains that they shot this in July, and so there were unnerving levels of sun and fire ants biting you and sweat.
Yeah, July gets pretty not fun here.
By the way, at the end of the funeral, he said, "And now let's mosh." And so that's what they're doing.
And mosh?
Yeah.
Like mosh pit?
Yeah, they're moshing.
Oh, I thought the sprinklers were. Okay.
It is a metal funeral.
It's a metal funeral. Okay.
They're moshing it.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Just a preacher? He was tanked. Oh, well, you should have been there last Sunday. He ended the Lord's Prayer with a shot.
Hashtag Texans don't talk like that. We don't know. She from Alabama.
Probably.
Well, he had a veil on his hat. That's
And here's the big question that they asked the producer: who's the one amongst you into bestiality? And he says, not me, but that Dr. Albert was certainly into the reenacting of the Hummer jets. Should have seen the outtakes trying to make it look real enough. It was like fisticuffs with a little llama who couldn't sit still.
Oh my God, that poor llama!
I have no idea what this means.
I'm mortified.
advocate? Like, do we need a petition?
Sure.
Have fun with that.
Are they feeding it correctly?
I love this llama
They
shaped
didn't even have craft services.
That llama
That
was
was all
raked to
their they
death.
put all their budget into that llama shaped casket.
Oh wow, that's like a Viking funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That llama, like, I ain't llama sure what about my life.
They said that
Llama
this movie
shaped-
was made in Austin and Dripping Springs. I don't know where that is.
Got my sister.
I don't know how they did this long tracking shot. Maybe it was on a bicycle.
This is the nicest shot in the whole movie.
It is. One of those like
actually
5
is, yeah.
directors that they had, I guess.
Yeah.
They actually scored someone worth a damn.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy it because we're gonna go back to 16mm pretty soon.
Or 8. Oh, cool.
Yeah. And they kept the whole shot in here because they knew it was the nicest thing they had.
Yeah.
It's like, and people, as he's tracking down the pond, people run around the camera to get back in line.
That's kind of what I was expecting, yeah.
It even has a little window for the llama's eye right
That is a
there.
fancy llama shape.
And that was the most expensive prop in the movie,
Yeah,
probably.
Probably, yeah.
This is so, well, the whole movie is that way.
So just to recap, this is mad veterinarian Dr. Albert who's been performing strange experiments and stranger sex acts with the local llama herds. Bessie, his favorite subject, escaped from the World of Wool Ranch, easily eluding crippled redneck brothers Jug and Jibby. Bessie manages to infect the whole herd with male berserker syndrome. So how can Bessie infect the herd with male berserker syndrome? That means Bessie was a male, right?
Well, also, I'm not gonna lie, if you go back, the gloves were different. He had latex gloves on in the last frame.
There you go.
The gloves have actually changed 3 times.
This guy's eye
I mean,
patch is
makeup artist talking, but I've seen 3 different variants of gloves.
Right, and this guy's eye
I'm
patch
concerned for
keeps
the
switching
llamas.
eyes.
What if the llamas have allergens?
I don't think they're really concerned about that.
Hypoallergenic.
This director shift.
This is when the camera took acid.
Yeah, look, I think we went into director shift now that we know there's multiples.
Were they crucifying Bach in that scene? It looked like they were like hanging him off one of those like leather things.
Yeah.
So at one point they said that Bach is doing treatments, and in another place they say that he's a clone of the rock star Bach.
Oh.
Could be both.
I'm interested in the sense of I'm waiting for the ending.
So what is this? Like, right? Isn't this bizarre?
What the hell is that?
I hope
Like
he's
public
having-
domain, like
Yeah,
film
he's
stock or something going on.
Yeah, you look like you keep wanting to like hold Catalina's hand in confidence. You're like, what are we doing?
This movie
His hand is inching closer and closer to yours, like as the movie goes by.
This movie is frighteningly bad.
That's a shot of them filming the movie.
He's self-consciously reaching for his
insert.
What the hell is this?
Video here. Oh, okay.
And you think it's going to be like a rock video, but it's not. There's no singing.
It's not. They stopped.
Just this synthesizer the whole time.
Dude, they totally stopped shooting on Super 8 and they went like full camcorder.
It's a commercial for the World of Wolverine.
They're shooting on VHS. Oh, they went back to that old crappy director.
What is that rope that they're tying everybody
so
with?
confused with what just happened there.
I don't. Well,
Oh my god.
and in
Resort
parts,
Lodge.
Okay, we are in Arkansas.
You know, maybe it's supposed to be like
Sorry, Arkansas
an
friends. I've been
advertisement
there.
for World of Wool, and be like, yeah, guys, we're having fun.
I
yeah,
don't know people from there.
it is an advertisement for
Yeah, Wool Ranch. A ranch of wool.
hand scrub.
That guy must be a trapper.
And they have cut facials.
Dude, I totally meant to listen to that music this morning because it was gonna get me in the mood. So we kind of rushed today, so. What are they? Wool-covered eggs. Oh, fertile wool-covered eggs.
That's where
Man.
llamas come from. From furry eggs.
Ugh. So gross.
That's attached to him. That's his umbilical.
That's what I guess. Like, it's supposed to be an umbilical.
Oh my god.
That's kind of what I feel like. It's like,
Oh god. That is not a best.
cud facials. Oh, yes.
Individual results, maybe.
What is cud?
That's when a cow chews up grass, it turns into cud.
Oh, okay. So is it llama cud, though?
Yes, llama cud.
Oh, gross. Well, I've seen snail facials, so whatever.
It's like rare.
I know. What's that?
I'm gonna have nightmares.
Wait, did he get out of his wheelchair?
Did you
No, he never needed his wheelchair.
Do you think that series of commercials was like showing how this got transmitted to
Titties!
Babe.
Woo, titties!
She was going there.
There's the camcorder they shot that portion of the movie on.
Pretty sure that's Super 8.
Oh, I guess he's experiencing the berserker syndrome.
Maybe.
Oh, that's it, yeah. Right.
And his umbilical cord got cut.
Yeah, I was gonna say the umbilical cord kind of reminds me in Lords of Salem, the Satan scene. So maybe like that's what they were going for. Obviously, like the fort. Never mind.
Is it over?
What happened? No.
Is that how it ends? Please.
I need like another hour of this.
I know.
I'd be okay with that ending.
the system just rage quit?
like, no, I'm gonna do you guys a favor. Stop.
Like, what the hell is this?
I like it.
Yeah, well, your computer rage quit on a movie.
This is a negative B movie. This is wait, this
There's
is
no
like
chapters, of course.
I guess we're gonna have to call it a Z movie when it's so bad it can't fit into the first three categories, so they have to go negative.
Oh my gosh.
It's a Z movie.
Is that what you call a? What do you call a?
They're just
I wish I
they're just B movies, man. They're just craptacular movies, man.
Like 29 minutes.
Oh god, it's like
I don't remember that at all. Holy crap, we have so much left of this.
Further back.
how bad.
So this is like the.
It goes for
I'll
like
have to
days.
get some specimens.
So just to specify, the burned CD that was the 25th anniversary edition
So this
actually
comment,
quit on
that,
us, and we're trying to get it
hiccup
back.
is going to be saved for the 30th anniversary commentary track. Oh, ooh. Oh, hell yeah! Sorry, it was a Pet Cemetery. John
Yeah,
Luke
John Lithgow is going to be in the new version of Pet Cemetery.
as Herman Munster.
As Herman Munster, yeah.
So this scene,
You heard it here first.
They keep jumping, they keep doing like zooms on the guy's face while he's talking.
I'm synthesizing a youth regeneration serum from animal.
Look, she's Instagram ready. She is filtered out. Ain't no one seeing anything. Does she have a cold score? We don't know.
Has this actress been around this whole movie?
I'm not sure, but I'm
Or
She's the one with the sunglasses.
She's a bug guy too. I'm a fan of
oh, she's the animal lover.
Oh, yeah.
So she didn't have anywhere to go because her car was trashed.
I wonder if some producers like hold a ruler up and they're like, your nipple circumference versus your eye circumference. You're getting one of the two. Are you an A cup with a hefty nipple?
And you divide that over the diameter and get 5.
Exactly.
I expect to hear lots of people who talk like that guy, you know, that were in Texas.
Oh yeah, that's all the conventions we film.
He's the most gorgeous Catalina.
No, I'm sending a message saying I need to go fix all this noise.
Help yourself. My bar is in the bathroom.
There's actually a scene later on where they'll subtitle him because you can't understand what he's saying.
Oh my god. Oh man, that's some dope fire.
Why didn't you use the charcoal? Well, I told you to save them gunpowder for the gun.
Did he just say them? Did he just say them? But doctor.
Hey Ryan, can you hand me that?
They do now.
No, the papers. Because this movie came with something called the Barnacle, which is a little fanzine by the producer. So I'm going to open that up and see what it says there. It's called A Supplemental to the Flick.
Okay, what is
Barn of
that?
the Blood Llama.
Okay, what is that?
It's called the Barnacle. It's a
Oh my
fanzine that was
gosh,
sent to
that
me
looks
along
like
with the
the
movie.
little things that I used to make in middle school about Lord of the Rings.
Right?
I don't know about you. I'm going back to the ranch.
So it says here, ancient llama eggs unearthed in Peru. Rutgers News Service. Lima, Peru archaeologists digging at a Mayan site south of here have discovered what is to be believed the oldest known llama eggs ever found in South America. Pictographs on rock walls near the site reveals what some say maybe what the ancients have been searching for all along, which is the secret. So they don't say what the secret is.
Dude, this chick has been in just a bra this entire time.
Yeah, it's weird.
At some point she'll probably just lose it, maybe?
That's so they're all eating llama haggis.
Llama what?
Haggis.
Haggis?
Yeah.
Hold on, is that from the dead llama that they buried, or they just went out and killed one of the llamas from their farm?
Where in the llama
I don't
buffet
know.
are we?
I don't know.
I am, I'm kind of confused.
Like, which nationality is in charge of this llama? We all gonna cook the llama differently.
Here's an article that says the Llama Town News has just reported another incident whereby the llamas have found a new way of driving off-road vehicles. They have found one of the Greasy Squeezers mini televisions. Look, this you have to read this to believe it.
I'm not even sure I knew.
Like, whatever this guy is on, I want some of that. And there's more stuff here.
Where the hell is my car?
So he sent you all this stuff with the DVD?
Yeah.
With this special edition.
And this. I don't know what this is. You cut it up and you send it to your friends.
Did he?
And here's Real Rural World
Wait,
Report.
he gave you like craptacular postcards to send to your friends, but he doesn't want anyone to watch this movie
Yes.
unless he scores $16.
That's it.
I hate this person.
Yep, that's it.
I'm just wondering, where are our bumper stickers?
Dude, they probably should have made the animal lover bumper sticker. Oh, no, wait, no, the line from earlier about hating animals.
He's like, you should change your bumper sticker to whatever he.
I wonder if there was a makeup artist in this movie. I think makeup artist in this movie was just like a Halloween store.
Yeah. Just smear Vaseline on the camera.
That's only for lucky.
Oh, there's a.
Farm report. You know what? Now I'm seeing where they got the inspiration for Mad-Eye Moody and Harry Potter.
He's explaining why the doctor's car isn't in the movie anymore.
What?
Because the llama chewed off the distributor cap and ate it.
Why was it open in the... no.
Yeah, right.
I like this lady's hat. When they go back to her here in a minute, it looks like they wrapped like a trash bag around it. So barnacle.
Screech like a severed head at Dr. Albert, the smarmy animal.
I'm pretty sure that's not how you spell it.
Experiments
I don't
creating
even
rampaging
know
hawk
anymore.
herds of sex-starved, blood-spewing toxic llamas.
Joe, this is Jessica.
Because the M being capitalized.
That has nothing to do with the movie.
Nope. It does not.
Well, we haven't even seen.
Wait, I think that's the lady. She ran over the llama.
Oh, cool.
She looks like she's squatting over to go poo.
Actually, I really like this artwork.
Yeah.
And I'm not joking. I like it. I think it's fun.
Recommended for mature audiences 15 years and over.
Oh yeah, I guess you only need to be that mature for this movie.
If you're drunk and high, that makes it even better.
So, and they have dung pellets that serve two purposes. They can cook with them on the barbecue, or they put them in the shotgun and shoot people with them.
It happens.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Very versatile.
Yeah.
So, are the llamas turning bad now?
Yeah.
They got the reserve center.
I don't know what is happening.
They're like, you came to the wrong fucking chamber. Oh, that's bad.
Oh, but I'm just really, really confused by all of the weird capitalization in this barnacle.
Same ladies.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just with different hats.
Yeah. They don't have the big.
Hey, that was weird. Wait, so they purposefully made this look like shit. Did you see that? Before it switched cut, it went from black and white to colored.
Yeah.
Oh man, here comes the sexy llama.
Modern cowboy.
Were those the chicks with the bacon?
I think so. So they completely, like, what, did they just carry lingerie with them in their bags, I guess, in their purses?
Yeah.
It's not unheard of, so yeah, I guess it makes sense.
This is literally the definition of turn your brain off before watching this movie.
I know, I'm doing something out there, someone's with me, so.
Where's my bra?
No, but they were wearing completely different outfits, and now they're wearing
And Dom is a
lingerie.
pretty good actor.
Oh, yeah. Best actor in the movie, instant award.
You think I know?
Who's that with Gibby can? Oh man, Gibby can.
Oh my gosh.
Where's the water around this place?
This is as far as I got when Giselle's plane came.
Me
Last
too, I
night.
feel kind of dirty.
Dirty.
Want to, you tramp.
Me? Well, look who's talking to Queen of Yeehaw last night.
Oh my God, Queen of Yeehaw. Yes.
Hashtag Queen of Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Water and balls bad.
Oh, water.
It's funny that Gibby's only idea of someone needing water is if they're thirsty, because he doesn't know what washing himself is.
God, that is sick. That's not fit for animals.
That dog's like, I'm right.
Grease your haunches.
All right.
We got a creek you can ski dip in.
Really?
Did he say I got a crypt?
A creek.
Oh.
Oh, like creek?
Yeah.
Of course.
That's hillbilly talk for creek.
But you grew up in the Metroplex, so.
I grew up around Metroplex white trash. There you go. So rural white trash that's a different kind of monster.
There was a review that said, even fans of Roger Corman and early Sam Raimi will not be prepared for this movie. The guys at Mystery Science Theater 3000 would shudder in gleeful horror. Wow.
I don't know where they went
I think that's a good review.
Yeah.
I would go with yes.
Yeah.
Positive.
That's cool.
Why are they
Why would
using
you-
a milk jug to put water on themselves?
That's what I was just gonna say. They're in a creek.
Is this the same body? Is this the same body of water that the llama is at the bottom of?
Hashtag titty shots.
And I wouldn't know. That was
And why would she just lift her shirt up like that much to pour water with
Yeah.
that milk jug? I don't.
what I want to do to nurse on those.
Extra nerves.
Why are you screaming my blood all my Texas Frightmare Weekend? I want to show. You're gonna make fun of me.
Hey, there was an article back from 1999 that said that they had secured a showing in Manchester, England,
I know.
and they were about to sign with an Australian distributor.
Sure looks like it.
So somebody was going to see this movie, I guess. Yeah.
So what happened? Did they actually screen it in England?
I
have
think they
no
actually
idea.
watched it and said no.
They just like the title.
I think people, distributors just buy shit and distribute it. They don't watch half of what they're selling.
Something's in the bushes.
I like these sound effects.
What the fuck is that?
They're throwing him. They're ninja stuff.
Yeah, they're turning those pan lids.
Yeah, they knocked the tree down.
How?
Just
Holy,
because.
and the guy's hats they just flew off.
Yeah.
Let's stop, girls. I know my boss can stand a good wax job.
What?
And buffing, buffing.
Context, please.
I don't know.
What do you think? Take a ride.
Oh, and we also missed a scene where that big lady from the diner got killed by a llama.
Yeah.
It spit like corrosive cut on her face and melted her face.
Oh.
From the llama, like drool
Yeah,
or
and
something?
I think
Okay.
it also killed Bach. Maybe.
I thought Bob just got the male berserker syndrome and got the weird hair.
He did, yeah. And then he was the llama was chasing him and that lady with the sunglasses down, and then I didn't see what happened after that.
Oh, okay. So the berserker syndrome, what, turns them into like cretins, basically?
I think so. That's a good definition. What? What?
From Newcomb High?
Yeah, the hair.
Right here. This is where Paul used to scrub the wool by hand. Well,
This really.
Oh, I think that they stopped off and they're doing a tour. They're doing a tour of World of Wool.
I can't believe that barn is still standing up.
Me too.
Yeah, that does not look secure whatsoever.
These conditions, come on. That's the legendary dip.
That could take off 10 years. One dip and
Oh, that's the treatment they were doing for Bach to make him younger.
cream stuff that they sell on late night TV. Look first.
Wait, who are these women? They're different women.
I think they are.
An animal doctor showed up.
Yeah.
Have to take a dip.
Hey, that's the same shot from before.
The same exact shot?
Same
Dead girl's blood.
And a baby jar.
At least they got the apostrophe right, so we know it's from one dead girl.
And if the cops show up, then their job's pretty easy from there.
Just in case there was any.
She was on her period.
Well, Captain Obvious might have showed up to the scene.
Box skin tissue.
Yeah.
You know, I was a bartender in Texas A&M. Now, we checked the Cud's reaction.
The Cud reaction.
My God, this is unbelievable.
What does that have to do with being a bartender? Yeah, we totally keep like, science experiment stuff in the back of the bar, right, Julie?
Yeah, right. But we do have a Bart, and he is a mad scientist.
Hashtag toxic testosterone.
The cut is turning into toxic testosterone.
Maybe some sound effects.
I'm writing all this down.
Yeah.
You feel a little grip.
Oh my God.
Just a little.
That's a lot of blood.
He's got an artery on his finger.
Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing.
You need a transfusion.
And it's my fault.
How amazing.
You've got llama blood in your veins.
Just to, you got llama blood in your veins, not in your ear.
Yeah, I'm glad you specified where the llama blood was. I would have been really
specific.
lost.
Like that lady had llama blood in her car.
Did you get it running? Dent? Is that what she said?
Yeah.
I wish you said something, lady. You didn't tell me.
Is that the same actress that did the llama?
Yes. And she said, at least you got the dent out. Did you get it running? And he was like, what? I needed to get your car running?
Oh, okay. So cut is like what you spit out when you chew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what Anna was saying.
Good.
Oh my god.
What is this? Oh, speaking of properly playing pianos.
It's that guy.
Younger brother, that guy who sang the love theme to Texas Secession.
So this shouldn't surprise anyone, but the producer was asked in an interview, what about distribution? Any luck? Says, no luck. I don't know what Kevin's doing. Haven't talked to him in a long time, but I won my 33%. I guess the web is the only place to go since Tromo don't want it. And Frady Cats in the No Budge Worlds. Who do these people think they are doing to llamas, making this brave little film that could? Sheesh, give me a break. You don't know what you're missing, baby. 150 people showed up for the showing at the Gaddis Pizza and Beer, and they had to call the fire marshal.
You don't know what you're missing, baby.
Yeah, it's got like 7 A's.
I was wondering why you were reading it that way. Baby.
Maybe we'll get lucky, Gibby, and they'll have brains as big as their balls.
Okay, girls. Have brains as big as their butt?
Okay, girls, let's step in wool.
Oh, okay, they're like exercising now in the wool.
It's called low impact, Ryan. It's low impact.
Well, they're making the best of their craptacular investment.
And the dog is doing it.
Because those are definitely the most comfortable shoes to exercise in.
I'm going to personally hold Clive Barker accountable for me watching this movie. I'm going to take this movie to Texas Frightmare Weekend and force Clive Barker to watch this.
Like, you know,
this is your fault.
Actually,
your attachment to this film destroyed 2 hours of our time.
We watched this last night.
Yeah, he's gonna go.
Say we watched this a couple hours ago.
What movie did you watch? Bond of the Blood Llama? I don't remember that.
We should ask him if he's seen it.
You should.
If you get a second to talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk to him in line.
Yeah. I would definitely like to hear his response to this movie.
Yeah.
It was all right.
That means the youth dip's not working. It's having the opposite effect. Damn it.
The youth dip isn't working.
Jugs trying to donate a brain.
Till this thing's run its course, Gibby, I think you just better stay out of it.
This guy's the worst actor I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, shaking my head doesn't work on the podcast, I guess.
Oh.
No.
Well, we're also taping the y'all's reactions, so we do see you shaking your head.
Now they're doing katas.
Yeah, I think they're fighting the llamas.
Oh,
I think they've got it under control.
Oh my god, don't throw the pitchfork.
That was dangerous.
That was.
What is happening? What is this?
They're doing another music video, I guess.
Now he looks like Stacy Keach.
Been waiting. Finally. What? The 1812
Focus. Is that like a, what do you call that thing? Musket?
Yeah, I guess.
It'd be funny. You know,
Oh, now they're bowling.
I think they're gonna
Bowling for llamas.
bowl.
Hashtag bowling for llamas.
I wonder if James Franco is going to, star in a biopic of this filmmaker or producer next.
Yeah. Oh, they're bowling the llama eggs.
The llama
fuzzy
eggs.
llama eggs that are fertile.
Has anybody ever seen Mano's Hands of Fate?
Yes.
It's been a long time. Jeez, I completely forgot that existed.
Compared to this movie, that's like...
classic.
They're screening a new one.
That was the 10 Commandments compared to this piece of garbage.
It's actually this weekend.
He's got some antibiotics.
Let's talk about Manos, the Hands of Fate. Actually, some guy discovered an almost pristine copy of that movie, and he restored it. He bought a bunch of movies in like a crate, and he discovered like a copy of Manos, Hands of Fate, and he did this project where he's restoring the entire film.
Dang.
Yeah. He has a video channel.
That's dedicated.
Wait, the llama's gonna bowl.
Oh, I thought the llama.
Oh yeah, the llama's gonna bowl for the chicks.
Oh, quicksand.
I don't understand.
Is it quicksand?
In the grass?
I don't know what I'm.
He's banging her over the head with the bowling ball, and so that put her into the ground.
I just want to know where these people are today.
But what's great is they probably live close by if it was filmed here in Texas.
And they're like, oh, that was the name of that movie?
Yeah. The best movies are the ones where you need 10 people to figure out what's happening in a scene.
But dude, how many of there are us here? Let's see.
But not like you. You're just
7, 8, 9, 10. Yep.
Someone from this movie made it to CSI.
What? That's exciting.
What? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Good for her.
Fred Ellis.
Wow, that's important.
So he got to as a maintenance engineer in 2001, but he's still doing stuff.
Talk about a career change.
He has.
Was he a dead
That's awesome. Good for him. What is going on? He just.
Guess I'm gonna have to look that up.
I'm not quite sure. Was her head knocked off, but they used a mannequin head?
Maybe.
Oh, the llamas are driving now. That's what he was talking about.
Oh.
So, to recap what's going on in the movie, I found this review says, searching for his lost love, Albert runs into the local one-hit rock star Bach, Earl Satoff, who has been suckered into undergoing the doctor's rejuvenation treatments at the World of Wool Spa. Bach has promised fast food vixens at the Greasy Squeeze, Janet and Bee, those are the two girls that were wearing the hats, and occasionally Connie Campbell, when Kirsten couldn't make it, that they can be in his next music video. Meanwhile, just passing through, Tony runs into a llama with her car. While Stucker tries to fix it, Tony takes refuge in the World of Wool with everyone else. Before long, everyone finds themselves under siege to the nightly rampages of angry, bloodthirsty llamas on the loose. Even the girls' junkyard ninja skills fail to keep them at bay. That's what we just saw. After a couple attacks, the supply of victims needs replenishment, so a group of female pro bowlers drops in.
I think you're reading the script.
Female pro bowlers. So that's what's going on.
A group of female pro bowlers drops in.
What's happening?
It's a hump scene.
Yeah.
He's got a knife.
Llama with a knife.
Yeah, buddy.
So, you remember that scene that you asked for context? It was the female pro bowlers were dropping by to have their balls polished and their holes re-drilled. One gets decapitated, but her head, kept alive by Dr. Albert, offers a clue to solving the gang's dilemma.
Yes!
By discovering the contents of the surreal duffel bag of destiny.
Wow. Dude, whoever wrote that review is like, for real, the real MVP. Wait, what?
Did she give him a condom?
Yeah, sheepskin.
Sheepskin, yeah.
Oh, she's
into that.
She's gonna do this. All right, that's cool.
Negotiating with the llama about this.
Oh, baby.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know. I thought I saw
Hey, we should upload this to RedTube.
You did not.
No.
Movies to not watch on an airplane.
It's not real.
Yes.
It's like, sorry, Wolf Cop. This is.
Wait, Wolf Cop? I haven't seen that.
Oh, man, they're not going to finish
Let's talk about Wolf Cop.
They took that off Netflix, sadly.
That was on.
105. Okay.
They're already in their hotel room.
It's a herd.
I see
It's the
that.
herd. They're coming.
So that's a mechanic.
Yeah.
So you spitting curl on my new paint job, I'm gonna kill you. Now go on, get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah, so one of the pro bowlers' heads was decapitated, and the doctor is keeping her alive. As you do.
Okay, before we do the operation, I think we better do a sound check.
what?
I want to make sure.
Are they gonna cut off his head?
And the brain you got.
Why do you need a sound check for an operation?
Better than the one you've got.
It's hard to when you start asking questions, where do you stop?
Jan in the pan.
We're waiting for the equipment to warm up. How about a nice cold glass of llama buttermilk?
Oh, God. Llama buttermilk. Oh, that sounds so appetizing.
He's excited about getting his head cut open.
Oh, right. He's going to get a brain
Brain
transplant.
transplant.
Glass of llama
This is
buttermilk.
like Bride of the Monster if you, like, leave it in the bucket of your jeans and put it through the wash.
Hardwood bowler, come in. Lane 3. Hardwood bowler, come in, Buffy. Open your left eye. Now open your right eye. Blink.
They were already open.
Open your mouth. That's good. And wider. Nice teeth. You're about, what, 23?
Thank you. I make it a habit of brushing regularly.
Let's see how long you can
Understatement of the day. Certain scenes threaten to dive into uncomfortable territory, I should say.
Thing of the past. You really picked a winner this time.
I'm gonna pee, dog, in case you don't know how, like a boy,
You make sure you wash. I don't want to have to sterilize you again.
Oh!
No, don't bring out the scrub!
Oh, this is perfect. In all, this would make a fine video party tape, even if you're not from Texas, especially if there's a jug of white lightning handing to wet your whistle. There you go. That's an MD 2020, I heard.
Dos Equis.
But they had like the front that was attached to that stickers and then it went in circles.
I think so. I think I remember.
It was like
Thanks a lot,
all the
Sticker.
products that
I
they
really
used.
appreciate this.
I think so.
I've got to have some firm samples if I'm ever going to be able to
Stuff that long?
their cut.
But that movie was way
That's not the one they ran over because they put that one in the coffin.
Yeah, and send it down the river.
It looks like a llama
Yeah, that
Pinata.
director quit.
Yeah, right.
That's why there's bad continuity. Oh, it's a cage.
A llama disguise, maybe. I don't know. I don't understand this. Nobody understands this movie.
I feel like this might be for sexual purposes.
They need a sample.
Oh.
They need a sperm sample.
Oh, okay. Thank you for knowing what was going on.
Oh, no!
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh, no!
I hate this movie. Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Urby reached a new one.
Oh. So right now the guy is like getting himself inside a fake female llama and
Oh,
he's got a semen ampoule collector going straight into his mouth.
Okay.
I'm gonna go use the restroom. I don't think I'm gonna miss anything.
Wait, yeah, you're gonna miss out. Then you won't understand the plot when you come back.
Oh my god, I have no idea what I've been watching.
What's the heck of a seabed mask? Oh, that's Gibby, right?
Was that sucking his brain out? Through his mouth.
Hey, he's making a magic trick.
And stomach acid.
There's another bathroom if you go back to the master bedroom.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Figure it out. And just in time for the fall fashion season.
Just in time for the fall fashion season.
No.
Wait, is he alive?
I don't know.
Did you notice he had a heartbeat
Not
sensor
dead.
just hooked up to his watch?
Yeah.
To his watch.
Wristwatch?
Wait, I thought that was him. So who's on the table?
I don't know.
Who's on first? What's on second?
Stuker. I'm going to scoop out your brain.
I thought
I'm
you
gonna
did that.
scoop out your brain. Yes.
With a
Sure,
sander?
pretty dull. Let me get the cross cut. Now that's a blade.
Jeez.
What?
Good shot to me. I thought they were dead already. I guess not.
Is this one of those movies where they just go, hey, we're just going to film this today, put it in the movie?
A lot of people do that.
What was the point of that fight with the girl?
Sorry. Okay, this room you both. Just push him down.
Why you working on Bob, dog?
Cause Box a paying customer, Gibby. I'm having a bad day.
What you doing to this foot, dog? I thought you was gonna put this IUD in my brain.
IUD?
Be in the cup. Would you
Like a-
remember to wash your hands, Gibby?
What?
Then get the hell out of here. You're next. You're next. Because he needs it more than you right now.
Are you working on Bob?
Where are you working on, Box, dog?
Your ticker sounds fine.
Was that from the movie or was that you?
Those feet, liver spots, and my hair's falling out. What are you going to do about this?
Oh, I can hear the fake British accent now, finally. Took me this long to hear it.
Oh,
Oh.
Thank you.
He took his
on my leg and how crispy cried you.
IV out of his watch.
Well, I was waiting for Dr. Howard to get finished with Bob. You know, his dip didn't turn out.
I wonder if he really talks like that in real life.
I don't know, but he writes really weird.
Yeah.
Baby.
I was thinking that. When Mom was around, she could make those llamas do almost anything. She had them eaten out of her hand.
Man, I got nothing.
I know.
We all decided that she must have run off with a circus geek. She was always talking about how stimulating she found them. Chuck stuck a little cross in the yard over there in her memory.
Damn.
So to anybody out there that's still with this movie at this point, congratulations.
Yeah, right?
Guilty. Why? He was kind of pressuring Mom to decide who she liked better. Guess she liked the circus geek more than any of us.
Sorry.
Dude, you are a circus geek.
This is a very, very moving story.
Yeah. See,
I'm almost drawn to tears.
He was missing out on all the character development.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The emotion.
Now he'll never know that Gibby's mom ran off with a circus geek.
Hey, what the heck?
Oh,
What is-
no.
They're gonna get pressure washed.
Uh-oh.
Oh, whoa, that's not how llama legs work.
Well, also, the llama earlier was holding a knife in between its hooves, so, I mean... What is...
It's supposed to be blood.
Llama exploitation.
That's good, yeah, you could say it's llama exploitation. They created their own genre.
A genre of one movie.
Yes. Because they are just...
That's all the world needed.
Yeah. I never need to see another llama again after this.
Here's another review. This is not great cinema. Hell, it ain't even good enough to be considered bad cinema. But not bad for a no-budget, fun romp through a silly llama farm called the World of Wool, where we meet local animal coroner Dr. Albert, as he's porking the daylights out of his favorite llama, Bessie Sue.
Some kind of deranged wet t-shirt contest. Oh, you get government grant money to do this, Doctor?
That's right, little lady. Your tax dollars at work.
When I saw the bowling sign, I knew I was in over my head. It's like the future was no longer mine.
Oh my
Stuck
God.
here for a reason.
Kill me
All of
now.
us.
Make that thing shut up.
That's what I was actually just wondering. We probably should have done this at the end of the night while we had been able to actually like drink and stuff because...
Well, Rob, you're in luck because there's extra materials on the DVD.
You can do anything you wanted to around here, and at my expense.
You got your precious day glow wool, didn't you?
Catalina, you should ask him when is the sequel coming out.
Well, listen up. Everything you need to say to yourself
Wanna
is in
talk
that
here?
bag on the floor.
Sequel!
Well,
Besides, I mean, y'all don't even live here. We live here, okay? This is, it was only like 4 hours away. I don't want to invite this into my life.
Well, I think he mentioned he was writing a sequel called Rabid Geckos or something, Rabid Gerbils or something like that. So I don't think that ever got made, though.
Over and out.
Yep.
Wow.
Rob is begging for the end.
Right, Frank. The sucker died on me before I get it installed, donkey.
There'll be other brains, bigger and smarter than you can imagine. We may have thrown a gutter ball this time, but next time we're gonna throw a 300 game.
You just said that, dog.
I know.
He's honest.
It's my guitar bag. Whoa, what is that?
Yeah, what is that?
That looks like he stuck a Commodore 128 onto a guitar.
Oh, I think we're getting another music video.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, man. That llama was so stylish with those sunglasses.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Yeah, right. Nice try. But I love you guys now, so you can't hurt me.
You know, these B movies always have to have a music video in it. I'm sorry, Nightbreed. You also had a music video in it.
Oh, God.
We're about to rock this llama to death. That's what's happening.
Although I did wonder what Lori was, I did wonder more about Lori, so I'm glad that they did put that back in.
Yeah. In the director's cut.
Yes. I'm reading the bio of Kelly Sweeney. He plays Dr. Albert in this movie. And his biography is pretty laconic. Just says Kelly Sweeney is an actor and producer known for Barn of the Blood Llama. That's it. That's all he did.
What is that, his IMDb?
Yep.
He has an IMDb, so he's legit. God damn it, Joey's missing everything.
At least we found out that someone made it to CSI, right?
Yes, that was really happy news. Yay!
I didn't even make it through the entire cast list. Who knows? There's NCIS.
Oh, okay, so the llama is now playing the keyboard.
That's really gonna block out.
Yeah, I'm offended by the language.
Here's the biography on IMDb of Gibby, the guy who plays the guy with the eye patch. It says, Kirk Hunter has 30 years of experience and knowledge of motion pictures and video arts. Kirk has a technical expertise of HD, 4K, and digital, Super 8mm, 16mm, and 35mm film formats. He has been a producer of low-budget features such as Barn of the Blood Llama.
You have to read it in Gibby's voice.
Writer, filmmaker of Four Sticks in 2000, Slacker Dome, and documentaries.
Wait, what? I just turned my head for a second. What is this? We went into a different movie.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God,
Oh, they found a brain. Gibby's gonna get a brain. No, I said Gibby found a brain.
When you ask for something as special as a brain, even Peter is going to give you the runaround. Here, Gibby, let's play catch.
And they just threw himself on the ground for the camera. Oh my God!
Did he lose his other eyeball?
He fell down so hard that his eyes fell out.
And his brain fell out.
Was that ramen?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Guess Gibby's not going to need a new brain.
So we're not going to get to make fun of Gibby's voice anymore? That's my favorite one.
Oh man, Gibby's gone! Oh no, Gibby! That llama took his job!
So here's what Gibby's done. Producer for 20 years from 1980 to 2000, known locally as Kirk-O-Matic. Many series shows such as Cheap Peaks and Cypherscope, Firebox, and Kirk-O-Matic Live, as well as teaching, oh my God, he's a teacher. Teaching at ACTV camera classes and editing. A tech advisor and teacher at the Austin School of Film from 2005 to 2012. And his film and video artwork has been screened in multiple festivals, museums, and video galleries the world over. I think he wrote this stuff himself.
I want to know.
Yeah, okay, I was going to say, well, let's have a discussion about IMDb, okay? Because actually Joe's in charge of like all of our IMDb's.
Right.
So what you do is you just go in and you fix up your own your own profile and everything. You can pay a little bit extra to get your IMDb Pro and get your picture on there and all that jazz.
But when you have that, you can really dig in deep and fix stuff up as fast, really fast. And when
do the links and so on and so forth. But our favorite IMDb story is about some guy that posted that he had an IMDb, so therefore he was legit and everyone should work with him for free. For free.
For free.
He had no other thing, nothing else other than the fact that he had an IMDb.
Yeah.
No credits on it. What?
No credits?
No credits.
I've seen IMDb's where just random people will go and they'll put that they were in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man films and stuff. It's stupid, and then people come.
Dude, I have an IMDb for being in a fan film from Hellraiser, so.
Yeah, there's all the Hellraiser fans.
I'm not in any way producer or anything. Oh, they ate him at the end.
They ate Gibby?
No, they ate the doctor.
Oh.
They might have been.
How
I want to
poetic.
know what he teaches his students in editing.
I don't.
You throw in some random stuff with a guy with some umbilical cord sticking out.
The trouble around here started way before
It
that.
doesn't matter if you switch cameras in the middle of a scene.
No, Ryan. He made this movie to show them what not to do.
This is a work of cinematic masterpiece. You little shits don't know what you're missing. You paid for the whole quarter demand, so I don't care if you leave.
I'll give him that he comes up with some weird titles like Forced Exit 2000. I want to know what this movie's about.
That sounds terrifying. No, I don't
Yeah.
want to know anything that has a forced exit. No.
Forced Exit.
Forced.
You've
Yes.
heard of Forced Entry. Now here's Forced Exit.
Oh.
Watch him come out with like a genius movie, and he's just been punking everybody since 1997.
Yes, that would be amazing.
Wish he could make. That's very, very generous.
Well, you know, I saw Peter Jackson's first movie, and then I saw Lord of the Rings, and I was like, I can't believe they got this guy to make this movie.
Bad taste?
Yeah, and then I was like, I saw the rest of the other movies. I was like, okay.
Oh, well, Peter Jackson gradually progressed until he made it to Lord of the Rings.
Right.
But even then, he had a hell of a time getting that done.
Yeah.
I've seen Meet the Feebles, but not yet.
You've seen The Frighteners, right?
Oh, yeah.
Frighteners is pretty cool.
Dead Alive's fun.
I think hands down is best. But, oh man, I missed my copy. I had it on VHS.
What's that?
Dead Alive.
Yeah, no, I have it on VHS because I only like to watch it. Because he bought the rights, didn't he, or something like that? To the film, he owns the rights to the film, so you can't.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it used to be out on Blu-ray.
Yeah?
You can't get it. It's out of print. You can't get it. Buy it anymore. It's
Really?
hundreds of dollars.
Why doesn't he release it then?
I don't know.
Maybe Peter Jackson doesn't want any of his old stuff, all his old splatter films to be
He wants to just
released.
be known for Lord of the Rings.
Well, what was it? In Lovely Bones and King Kong, that commercial stuff.
Sale products nobody ever thought of.
Maybe he'll come out with like a box set of all his early films.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Just like when Gibby was born. That's the first time everything turned.
What is he holding? Is that wool or someone's head or? I mean, it really could be either.
Yeah.
Might be Gibby's hair. Or
Looks like he forgot his crutches this time.
Damn animals, they're using battering rams. Chuck, wait, your mom's clothes were in the back for a reason. Think. Why?
Wait, the animals are using battering rams on the barn?
Yes.
Okay.
They have to tell us because they're not showing. They shake the camera around.
I was wondering what was going on with the shakiness.
It's hard to.
Is she bouncing in place?
Is he putting a bra on?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
He doesn't want the llamas to bite his nipples.
Oh, I can't take this.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really getting frustrated. I'm really getting, I needed to sink his back.
Have you guys seen a movie called Rollerblade?
Rollerblade?
Yeah.
Hold
It's
on.
about roller skating nuns in the post-apocalyptic world where everybody has to wear skates.
I think I've heard about that.
That sounds awesome.
I'd rather watch that
used to
movie.
be my number one worst movie until now.
Oh.
Now this is definitely it.
I thought Rollerblade was a movie with Chris Klein.
Yeah,
That was Rollerball.
Rollerball. That movie sucked too.
So the secret to destroying the mutant llamas involves resurrecting
Is it working?
Gibby's mama, who he killed and buried in the backyard because she would only have sex. No, wait, what? Hang on. Jug holds a secret to destroying the mutant llamas, which involves resurrecting his dear mama, whom he killed and buried in the backyard because she would only have sex with his younger brother, Gibby. Ugh. So Jug and Gibby are brothers. And that's their mama?
My head hurts.
I thought she left. I thought that she had gone with the circus guy. Yeah. Okay.
So maybe he lied and he killed her?
I guess. And now
It's
she's.
anyone's guess. Luckily, Jose's reading the script for us.
I know.
Mama loves her llama? Oh my gosh.
Because all the llamas want is to be loved.
Movie's a hardcore result of nobody
That's how you fight the
questioning the
male berserker
producers.
syndrome.
You said this was recorded on someone's llama farm?
Yes.
Like 3 llamas.
Like, yeah, over the course of how long?
4 years or whatever.
Oh.
And it had 8 different
5 different directors and then like 3 or 4 different DPs, I think you said.
Can you imagine
gross.
The llama farmer seeing them shooting this and going, "Can we get out of this?"
That's why they had to use 3 llama farms.
I got a weird bit of trivia I want to put here because we see all the llamas go into the barn, and it just made me think. You know when cows are being taken off of trucks and taken to the butcher, to the abattoir? There's a cow that usually is brought out and attracts the cows to go inside the abattoir. That cow is usually called a Judas cow.
The Judas cow?
Yes. That's what they use to make the cows come out of the truck and go follow her into the abattoir. Isn't that like sick?
That's really mean.
Sonder command cows.
Okay, I guess they're not fans of Jesus Christ Superstar because Judas was just trying to save them, man.
Judas was just a guy.
Just a guy. Getting what you always wanted for nothing.
See, why couldn't the whole movie just look like that?
Yeah.
With that kind of lighting and just... I mean...
Is that a fart? Is that a fart? Is that a fart?
No, I think the llama sneaks fire.
Oh, okay. There's the barn that they built to light on fire. The miniature.
All the llamas into the barn. They locked them in, and then they set the barn on fire with llama fire.
Okay. Well, that actually is a lot better than what I thought was going to happen because I honestly thought they were all just going to run a train on the mom.
Also known as, we don't have an ending for the movie, so we're just going to say that everybody burned and they all died.
Joe, I guess you could write a review then.
I'm gonna remake this movie.
Yeah.
We actually do know someone with a llama farm.
We do. We do. But all these artistic choices I don't agree with.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Oh, you should do what Darren Lynn Bozeman did with Mother's Day.
Make it super hardcore narcissistic and depressing.
Yeah.
That movie was hard to watch. It
It was good though.
was way better.
Wait, does she have llama legs? Is that Jibby?
Maybe if this would have changed.
So when he was cross-dressing, he was resurrecting the spirit of his mother?
I don't.
Yes, I guess.
Okay.
So now his mama's soul is in him through llama.
Like you always wanted, Mom.
That's the extent of it.
Or maybe the mother's in him? In her? No.
I guess.
Wait, isn't that Animal Lover?
So he
Yeah.
always wanted to be a cripple because that's what his mom wanted. So that's why he had crutches all the time.
Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense.
I think Michael Bay should buy this movie.
Yeah.
Needs more explosions.
I don't really know. Wait, since you're talking about that, you're running Joel Schumacher.
Joel Schumacher, there you go.
Uwe Boll.
Oh, no, he... no, don't say that name.
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
Please tell me no.
Is she pregnant by a llama?
Yes.
Mama llama.
We retired from the film, didn't he? Uwe Boll.
I think he's a boxer now, right?
Yeah.
I'll write that one down.
Yeah, made fun of him.
Llama,
Looking on her ass.
Is that it?
This film is dedicated to the memory of white trash enthusiast and confidant Donald Martin Rackett, 1958, whatever.
So what's everyone's, how does everyone feel about that film?
I feel like I need a drink.
I never want to watch that again.
It did.
That was actually really brutal. And I know they all mentioned that it was pretty bad, but I really did not understand the depths of how terrible it was.
I don't think there's any coming back from that.
Kirk Hunter is Gibby.
Yes.
But doesn't he go by Gibby on the Facebook?
He goes by Gibby on Facebook.
Yeah.
I mean,
He has 2 profiles. I have him on as Kirk-O-Matic, so I don't know.
let me see if I can find it in all my mess of Frightmare discussions.
He may speak like that for all I know.
Yeah.
Gibby Jacoby.
Oh my God.
There we go.
Danhauser.
Ethereal Harpist.
Clive Barker as himself.
Clive, for that.
Yeah.
Of course, it has to be real.
The biggest cloud.
So wait, did he hold Clive at gunpoint again? What exactly happened? I know you said it like 4 times, but
Yes.
I can't wrap my head around it.
I'll say it again. I think he was in town to promote some comic books and some books that he was putting out. And then one of these producers worked for a public access TV channel, and they wanted to make a movie, and they wanted to get a studio. And then they said, well, if you can get Clive Barker to be in your film, we'll let you use the studio. So they wrote up something and shot him saying it, the male berserker syndrome.
Right there, like a Q&A.
Yes. And then they got the studio and they made the movie.
And what was Clive's response to this? That he was like, whatever, I don't care, just get away from me.
You know what? You got an interesting idea. Let me see if there's anything on the Clive Barker website about this movie. Yeah, on Revelations. Barn of the Blood Llama. This might be one of those things that Phil and Sarah say, oops, we drew a blank on this. Let's see. Barn of the Blood
We
Llama.
purposely left that off the website.
Probably.
Maybe.
He talks about almost everything. There's probably something to be mentioned in there.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look at it. Alright, so that was Barn of the Blood Llama.
Yep.
I guess we're signing off.
Thank you so much.
Find the show notes for this episode and join the discussion over at www.clivebarkercast.com, where we have news and links to all the ways you can connect with us. You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and every other place you can find podcasts. The Clive Barker Podcast is an independent editorial podcast and news blog that is not affiliated with or under contract by Seraphim Inc. This is a labor of love by the fans for the fans.
Thanks for listening.